IK Multimedia and MESA Boogie just released their brand new Reference Amps Signature Tonex collection. And it's quite cool and special. So in today's video, we're going to check it out and have some fun with it. Let's jump in right away with the first rock clip using one of the dual rectifier models. Check it out. All right, that sounded quite nice. So that was my ESP LTD Phoenix 1000 Deluxe, the aged white one with the Seymour Duncan custom in the bridge, through Tonex with one of the new MESA Boogie Reference Amps Signature Collection tone models of the dual rectifier model. And that is in fact an early 90s 2-channel dual rectifier. And as you heard, it sounded awesome. Finding that tone was really easy. I started out with the toolkit preset or tone model and then tweaked a little bit from there. And that's a tone model with one of the stock cabinets. Sounded excellent to me. So what is this pack all about and what makes it so special? Well, the folks from IK Multimedia and MESA Boogie basically came together and they handpicked 5 very special amplifiers to include in this collection. And those are one-of-a-kind amplifiers from MESA Boogie's own personal collection. And these are basically reference amplifiers. So they are basically older amplifiers with older components and transformers and stuff. And they have certain tonal qualities that are special and they help to maintain historical accuracy for future designs and stuff like that. So these are kind of museum pieces for MESA Boogie. So these amps aren't brand new. No, they are vintage amplifiers with old components. So they do have a certain mojo to them. There are 70 tone models available in this pack with 4 reference amps and 1 bonus amplifier. 46 of the cabinets have a special MESA Boogie cabinet baked in, and those are also reference cabinets. And 24 of the models are cab-less, so you can use them either through a power amp or load up your own impulse responses. And I like that they're giving you the option to also do that. So, which amplifiers are included? Well, none other than a 1984 Mark II C+. This amplifier is of course known for being used by players like James Hetfield, John Petrucci, and so forth. And there are 14 tone models of this amplifier included, 9 with a cabinet and 5 without. Then we have an early 90s Mark IV with 10 tone models in total, 7 with a cabinet and 3 without. This is of course also a popular amplifier that was used by players like Kirk Hammett and also John Petrucci. And then of course we have the early 90s dual rectifier, the 2-channel dual rectifier that you also heard in the intro. There are 9 tone models of this amplifier, 6 with a cabinet and 3 without, and a 1994 triple rectifier, also a dual channel one. And there are 24 tone models of this amplifier included, 16 with a cabinet and 9 without. And as a bonus, they also included tone models of the limited edition King Snake amplifier, which is based on an old amplifier that Santana used to tour with in the early 70s. So it has that vintage mojo going on. And that one has 12 tone models, 8 with a cabinet and 4 without. So that's quite a large collection of amplifiers and tone models. So with this pack, you basically get the opportunity to try some amplifiers that are old, rare and unique with original components and transformers. So you basically get a sneak peek into Mesa Boogie's private amplifier collection and try the finest pieces that they have. There are clean sounds in there, crunch sounds, lead sounds, rhythm sounds, and of course also high gain sounds. For this demo, I was able to find some tones that work for me personally with ease, but of course you can also go in and tweak the models a little bit to suit your taste, which is also what I did. I think that the Tonex tone stack and gain controls and stuff like that sound very natural, and it's just very easy to tweak the models just as you would with a real amplifier. And I also really enjoy that they made custom faceplates for all the amplifier in this collection. The eyes also want to see some good stuff, of course. So again, in the intro you heard that old dual rectifier from the early 90s, that 2-channel rectifier, and that sounded glorious. But now I want to try the triple rectifier with something a bit more lower tuned, a baritone. And that amplifier also has some captures with a boost, the Pepper's Dirty Tree boost to be precise, and that makes that amplifier more suitable for the lower tunings. So I'm going to try my PRS SE mic Mushok baritone through the triple rectifier with one of the tone models with the Pepper's Dirty Tree, and also a cabless one this time. So I'm going to load up an OwnHammer IR from the 412 Rect Essentials. Okay, let's go ahead and take a listen. Check it out. Very, very nice. That chunk and saturation and clarity was just awesome with that model. Really cool. And I started with the Chuggity Chug preset basically, so that's a great one for these lower tunings. It's kind of typical recto, but it also has a very nice and refined quality to it. It just fits in the mix like a glove basically. Sometimes with my real rectifier amplifiers, they are very raw and very big in certain areas of the frequency spectrum, but with these models they just fit in the mix quite nicely. And just as with the intro track, I made some small EQ adjustments to make the guitars fit in my mix. Great! Now I want to try something a bit more crunchy and dynamic and a bit more mid-gain, so no metal but more middle-of-the-road rock in terms of heaviness. And I'm going to use my Gibson Les Paul Standard 60s for that purpose with the Seymour Duncan JB in the bridge. And this time I want to try the legendary Mark II C Plus amplifier. Obviously that's a great amp for metal and stuff, but I want to see how well that amplifier can handle more mid-gain, crunchy rock tones. So let's go ahead and see what I've come up with. I'm also going to try an amplifier model with just the amplifier, again with the 412 Rect OwnHammer IR. I do want to note that some of the included cabinets are a little bit on the darker side for my personal taste, so the fact that they offer these models without the cabinets is a great benefit, just to make the sound a little bit more your own. I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and take a listen. Check it out. Excellent. So for that tone, I started with the Mark II C+ Kills the Battery preset, the cabless one, and tweaked a little bit from there. Of course, you can also get high gain tones with that model by cranking the gain and maybe scooping the mids a little bit, but I thought that that amplifier worked really well for these crunchy rock tones. I don't want to make this video too long, but I want to give you guys an idea of how versatile this pack is in terms of the quality of the EQ curves and the cabinets and the mics and all that stuff, but also in terms of the amounts of gain. So I'm going to loop some riffs and then scroll a little bit through some of the tone models so you guys can get an idea of the wide variety of tones that this pack has to offer. Let's take a listen. Cool stuff indeed. So that was the MESA Boogie Reference Amps Signature Collection for Tonex. I like this pack a lot. It has a very nice character to it, and I love MESA Boogie amplifiers, obviously. So I just want to say, great job, MESA Boogie and IK Multimedia. And of course, if you want to try this pack for yourself, you can find it on ToneNet. This video was sponsored, by the way, but as always, all thoughts and opinions are 100% my own. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it useful. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like and subscribe down below, as that really helps the channel out. I'd usually appreciate it. And of course, you can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching and rock on. See you soon. Cheers.